See, the universe is always trying to speak to you through all the things around you in this third-dimensional dream, and it's whether you're paying attention to that or not. So even the Sphinx, for example, right? The Sphinx represents a powerful leadership position you're going to be stepping into, and I'm hearing embodying. Your energy announces itself and your presence announces itself in rooms before you ever have to. Your energy speaks for itself. It's a kind of respect that really cannot be questioned, built after the Leo constellation, right? Leo represents the heart space, so that means that your life will shrink and expand according to your courage, right? A heart full of courage, much like the lion who went on the journey towards Kansas, and he realized that he had within him all along what it is that he thought he needed to attain externally, like he needed something external in order to be able to feel that sense of power, right? And it's knowing that your true power lies within. So like that's a huge message. That, and then even the pyramids represent ascended levels of consciousness. You're ascending to higher frameworks of thinking and viewing this reality, and as you ascend to these higher frameworks of viewing this reality, you're able to become a witness to how far it is that you've come, right? This year is your testimony in regards to being almost baptized when it comes to your level of consciousness, and seeing that you can be reborn many times in a lifetime. And it's really assisting when it comes to this next chapter. So with that being said, let me take you guys on a ride. I'm wondering where we should do the messages and readings today. Maybe we can do it on the Sphinx, but I definitely want to take you to the pyramids, so let's go. And as you anchor high levels of consciousness into your vessel, when you navigate this third-dimensional realm, you become an outsider that's looking within, and it completely shifts the way that you interact and engage with matter. So as we walk to 𝓲𝓪 right now, this is like the holding this machine to extract hydrogen, essentially, and hydrogen is the most abundant element within the universe. Assalamu alaikum. And you can utilize this to be able to communicate with different ET consciousness, whatever you want to call it, extraterrestrial, interdimensional aspects of self, other quantum non-local connections that you have. So if you've been wondering what's been going on, we are going to post up somewhere and speak about that today, for sure. We have nice camels there. Yesterday we spoke about the power of choice, and today we got here nice and early, and it's quiet, and it's almost, there is this level of stillness in what was once so chaotic. Let me show you guys the view. But yeah, you are essentially that portal. You are a portal to seek those internal divine truths that lie within you. You are composed up of I'm hearing like the DNA of the universe, and DNA stores memory, right? DNA stores memory. So within you hold the secrets and mysteries of the universe, and not just to, I'm hearing like this fractal of self, right? Your higher self that's incarnated into this physical form and is now navigating this third-dimensional construct, or this cosmic overlay, right? Like this matrix overlay on Earth. But you also have many other fractals, many other soul particles existing in simultaneous parallel lives in other dimensional frequencies, right? A big thing to mention is that dimensions are not like spatial concepts. That's what the brain is formatted to believe. Look at this. But instead, it's organized via vibrational frequency, which means that you can tune into these versions of self almost like a radio station, and you can entangle your energy with them. 𝓣𝓱𝓪𝓷𝓼, and you can entangle your energy with them, or with yourself. You can say them, you, whatever it is. right, with yourself, all these different aspects of yourself, and integrate with them. And to integrate is to become whole, and to become whole is really to become healed in this realm too. So yeah, we're going to post up probably outside 𝓣𝓻𝓪𝓷𝓼 pyramid again and get on with these messages, because I've definitely been receiving things in regards to the central sun. Let me just show you guys the view. But yeah, 𝓣𝓱𝓪𝓷𝓼. Yeah, and as you ascend into these higher frameworks of thinking, there are plasma life forms that can begin to cross over between this realm and I'm hearing the next, right? This realm and the next. So in our physical world, we are coming here, okay? It's like your higher self again has incarnated into this physical form to assist in the new earth, and the new earth is something that emerges within you. It's a new aspect of yourself that's emerging, something that has, I'm hearing, being like suppressed and deeply almost hidden in that way, and it's in the things in which, you know, you cannot see the divine feminine that are the most important during this time. And I'm hearing it's cultivating a strong sense of, you know, self-trust when it comes to the things that you cannot, I'm hearing, look at, but you can see, and knowing that not everybody has cultivated that same sense of vision, okay, that same sense of vision. Maybe you have a vision that only you in the universe can see right now as well, but it's a very interesting energy. It's so quiet today, it's actually like awesome, but a very different energy. But yeah, it's like you've crossed over to come and assist, originating from plasma, right, originating from source, being a fractal of that source energy, crafted by the Elohims to come and engage with the third dimensional realm. And at first, being seated in this dense matter, you were basically a deity who was kind of, you know, lost and sleeping. I'm hearing lost in the way where you were yet to find yourself, and you have found yourself, and you have found yourself here, right? You found yourself here once again, and I'm seeing like many past lives, and in every life you came back to yourself. In every life you came back to yourself. So yeah, our sun is essentially a portal being used to travel outside of different domes and realities, and these plasma life forms, which are you as a bioplasma being, which again is something that's encoded within you, is almost a counterpart of the earth. It's in a counterpart earth where I'm hearing there is like a, I don't want to say a split, but almost like a paradox, and having to hold space for that contrast that's going on, where I'm hearing like two people can be looking at the same thing, two humans can be looking, but as long as they're looking, one of them could have the ability to see and the other one may not. So they may actually be looking at two different things. And the thing that's coming up here is that it's because you can see, again, what they can, because you can look at the things that they can, but you can also see the things in which other humans may not yet be able to see, okay, yet. So a lot of you are definitely before your time, or at least it could feel like that. Maybe you feel like the odd one out right now, but you're not alone in that journey, okay? You're definitely not alone in that journey. Guys, we're getting closer. But yeah, you're phasing in and out of these different fractals of self, essentially. That's been the message that's coming through. Like, you're phasing out of these different fractals of self, and it's really assisting humanity at this time when it comes to transmuting this dense matter belief systems. I'm hearing that almost weighing the truth down, or I'm hearing like suppressing the truth. And the truth is that you're a multi-dimensional being, right? And you can exist in many dimensions, in multiple dimensions simultaneously. So again, you exist in multiple frequencies, and they're all encoded within you. It's just being able to attune to them. I'm hearing like get reacquainted with them, because again, being seated in this physical vessel and having prolonged embodiment in this very, very dense realm, you are at risk of forgetting one's etheric origins, and you have now become a fractal of consciousness that is aware of itself once again, and aware of its full expression. And I'm hearing now you're being put back into alignment with the things in which you had intended to experience on earth, like you're being put back into alignment with the things in which you were seeded onto this planet for. Okay, this is like the reason why you're here, and you're coming back into alignment with that now. And that's why things feel like they're shifting fast. That's why I'm hearing like you're going through quantum leaps right now. You're going through quantum leaps, but that's like explaining like the shifts that are going on, and it's because you're ascending into a higher octave, right? Higher octave versions of yourself, expressions of yourself, and you're being supported with this, okay, with this truth that's being unveiled. Let me show you guys. I might post up where I was yesterday. Let's see. But yeah, these beings are not separate from you. They are essentially encoded within you, these other quantum non-local connections, and how you move this truth and how you move this light. And the only way you're able to move that freely through this vessel is by essentially 𝓣𝓱𝓪𝓷𝓼. Again, infinite timelines, the power of choice, right? We already spoke about that. Yeah, how you begin to move this light and this truth through your body is literally going to dictate the things in which you create, and in the ways in which you create as well. Oh, my friend's he's sitting at my spots. Okay, I'm probably gonna go over here. I wonder what's behind here. I haven't been here. There's some gates though. Yeah, got some interesting, curious people. Maybe we'll sit. Alright, we'll probably stand right here. Let's go. But yeah, this is basically about the central sun. And this is a portal into you connecting with these other solar systems, these other parallel versions of yourself. And yeah, we'll go ahead and actually, let's see. This is a good spot. Maybe here is better. That way, I am not, what's the word? Putting you guys in the sun. That's not gonna work. Okay, cool. Are you in the sun? Alright, cool. Yeah, so these are other parallel versions of yourself, essentially, the infinite archetypes in which you can manifest through, and these different soul fragments or soul particles, whatever it is that you want to call them, are manifested through the natural laws of that physical environment, right? That vibrational frequency, where in this solar system we have a very specific sun, which again is like that Sphinx Leo constellation, and that sun, I'm hearing, is like the center of this, again, solar system, almost, I'm hearing, yeah, this solar system. And this solar system was formed through a very specific Big Bang event, where the negative charge of the electrons that are orbiting the atoms of your hand are repelling the negative charge of the electrons orbiting the atoms of whatever it is that you're, you know, in the illusion of touching. You know, it's just like the repulsion is basically coming up as an illusion of solid matter. So in other solar systems where there were other Big Bangs and the, you know, negative charge of the electrons is slightly altered or different, that leads to different life forms being created, different archetypal manifestations being created as a result of that as well. So that's another energy that's coming through as well. But with the central sun, these are other solar systems with other life forms, other versions of yourself, other parallel realities in which you're also existing in, right? Other parallel universes with other I'm hearing extensions of yourself. These are all extensions of yourself. It's the infinite source that has fractalized itself into all of these different subdivisions to experience itself as the infinite and as all. And it's being able to, I'm hearing almost like remember yourself, which you're going through right now, is to literally bring all these members of yourself back together. And I'm hearing like back into that unity, right? Back into that reunification. And that's the purpose here on earth. It's to experience duality, right? To be able to experience that, the contrast in this realm, in order for soul growth. And that contrast is to bring the whole and split it into dual aspects of the feminine and the masculine, to almost I'm hearing have the illusion of separation from you having a soul or a spirit and then also just being a human, and this is just something that's compartmentalized. Instead, it's kind of bringing that back in together, back into that unity, and realizing that you are essentially a spiritual being having a human experience. It's not the other way around. You're not just like a human being having these spiritual experiences, and this is something that's just outside of yourself. It's literally innately within you. Okay, so do you not, I'm hearing doubt that truth, okay? Do not doubt that truth. And let's see, there was another message that was coming through as well. But yeah, you're extending into higher planes of existence. That's what's going on right now. There are beings, this is a very specific download that was coming up last night, that you're going to encounter in this realm as you begin to align and heal, right? Which is to become one with your soul. To be able to become whole is to be healed. And they're here assisting in the activations that are taking place during this time. I'm hearing you're also existing in this higher level of understanding. You are also this fractal of awareness. Okay, so as you guys can see, we are cultivating an audience here. Anyway, you are this fractal of awareness, and within you is encoded a version of you existing at a higher level of understanding. لا مع السلامة شكرا مع السلامة. The power of no. لا أنا مش بتكلم عربي sorry. لا فوتو لا شكرا لا سولو شكرا جدا مع السلامة مع السلامة. أنا بخير مصري. Again, it's just holding space, right? I don't know, actually it kind of gives me it's very funny because again there's all these different subdivisions and illusion of separation here on earth, but really it's also playing with itself through its own creation, no matter what is kind of going on around you. And it's quite funny because now it's kind of a paradox as well, because the more neutral you remain and the more you tune into the 0 point, you will observe more contrast. لا خلاص كفاية من فضلك كفاية. Okay, so I just, again, strong boundaries that you have to assert there, but this is healing those genetic imbalances. You have to understand what it is that you need most in that moment. So in that moment, you need to realize that, okay, I realize the human needs compassion right now. The human needs understanding and acceptance of itself and kind of what's going on, and also just to accept another. You're not here to change or impart anything on anyone. They're actually playing, I'm hearing, a very crucial role when it comes to the story of your life, because these are invitations that you can choose to accept. You can choose how it is that you want to engage and interact with this matrix, right, with this energetic projection, and what it is that you want to entangle yourself with on a quantum level. But remember that you are a quantum being, so you should leverage as such. Okay, so anyway, Earth is like a conscious laboratory in that way. That's for the purpose, and I'm hearing designed for the purpose of being able to expand consciousness through this contrast, right? Through, okay, there is a cosmos that you can tune into even amongst the chaos, right? And I'm hearing like also many, including you, and yes, I'm talking to you, like right here, I'm talking to you, have incarnated here at this very specific moment in the space-time continuum. And I'm looking at a broader range of like the full landscape of time and how you're being guided by your heart towards your chosen destination that you had intended to be able to experience. I'm hearing that you had intended to be able to I'm hearing like dismantle just to be able to re-experience it again. So it's almost like, again, you are your future self, but you're kind of going back in a linear fashion to be able to experience the becoming of everything that has already came to be. So you are here to essentially bring about this collective healing, okay, that is going to ripple throughout the entire universe as you begin to mirror a different example, right? Again, you can mirror that unconditional love, which really is just unconditional acceptance, right? Again, conditioned love is almost saying, I'm only going to love you if you do this thing, or if you do not do this thing. To love is to love without attachment. It doesn't matter if people say yes, if people say no, if people you know, whatever it is that's kind of going on with the external stimuli, because I've cultivated such a strong sense of harmony within myself, as you have, right? That nothing externally can shake you. Nobody's presence or absence will actually disrupt your very being. So yeah, in all these timelines and dimensions, you're essentially forming these very, very powerful allies. And I'm hearing it's because you have an alliance with your, not just star family. Is that an animal? Oh, it's a dog. Oh, I was about to call it kitty. Oh, I love the dog's hair. Anyway, I wish I had. Okay, anyway, but yeah, you're forming a powerful alliance. Okay, so some of you, again, this is definitely soul family, soul tribe, something of this nature. And within, as without, there are infinite fractals of yourself that you're building this alliance with. And I'm hearing that's leading to new external networks as well, as your internal networks are taking you to new external destinations. Your internal networks are taking you to new external destinations. So the internal networks that you're realigning with, okay, I'm hearing like, again, literally this powerful alliance is literally leading you towards very specific trajectories and continuums through the landscape of what we perceive as time, which is just the distance between two events. And I'm seeing the distance between two events literally collapsing for you during this time. So even though it may feel like everything's kind of falling apart, everything is actually falling right into place for you, okay? And once you restore this connection to, you know, your soul, you being a plasma life form, essentially incarnated into a physical vessel, then you're able to begin to recover your soul memories, right? And I feel like that's what you're going through during this time as well, realizing that, you know, the quote by Rumi is, know that the body is merely a garment, right? Go seek the wearer, not the cloak. You are the one wearing this human skin. You're a stardust wrapped in skin, right? The light that you've been seeking is within, and that stardust is the DNA of the universe within you, right? That's literally encoded. So if you're wondering what's going on, the connection that you're having to your soul right now and to your plasma, let me see if I can get Catherine in there a little bit more, okay? She's the queen of the show right now. Anyway, there's this internal communication that's happening with the oracle within, and it's literally shifting the way that not only you navigate life on earth, but it's changing the way that you see life on earth, because you're beginning to look at life through the eyes of the soul, okay? That's the energy that's coming through as well. You're beginning to look at life through the eyes of the soul, and you're filtering through these infinite fractals of self, again, on a quantum level, and you're being guided by the information that you're receiving. There's certain information, I'm hearing like consciousness extends far beyond the physical human vessel. Your consciousness actually extends far beyond the third dimensional realm, and it's almost like it's going out, boom, 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 right, hydrogen frequency, all the way right to the top of Catherine, right? It's almost like the top of the obelisk. That's almost what it reminds me of. Anyway, it's like the energy that's coming through is hello. Okay, make sure we're good. It's extending far beyond this dimension, and you're retrieving back this information and you're acting upon that information, and it's very healing information for you. It's really assisting your journey here on earth, and you're acting upon that internal guidance as you seek that oracle within, right? It's like you're looking at life through the eyes of the oracle. You're looking at life through this biggest filter of perception, being the opening up of your vision, right? And on planet Earth, you are a multi-dimensional being. You actually can, I'm hearing, are like made up of, you're the total summation of all these different soul particles, but you're, or like fractals, whatever it is that you want to call them, and you're learning how to reintegrate that, the illusion of separation, in order to experience that reunification. That's what's coming through. And again, you're kind of influencing each other is what I'm hearing. You're influencing each other. The work that you're doing here on earth is also, I'm hearing, learning to heal yourself and become whole with yourself. And as you do that, you also heal Gaia. You also heal the planet Earth as well, as within, so without. And that is what the new Earth is all about. Okay? So, with that being said, guys, let me go ahead and get these cards out. I have, I did a reading. Well, I pulled the cards and I thought I'll just channel the messages here. So, let's go ahead and read these. Alright, so, the first message that's coming through is, look at this, right? we have the central sun, which basically talks about any belief systems or tired, sick, you know, old energies being washed away during this time, and instead it's releasing. It's in the release where the magic happens, simply because it's in you guys releasing. I'm hearing any fear when it comes to being perceived, where you're able to unlock the magic. Okay, it's in the release. It's in the release that you begin to, I'm hearing, retrieve these aspects of self. I'm hearing, but that's where the magic happens. I'm seeing like 999, and we're in universal year 9 right now collectively, so that's about the human condition literally lifting, and you're beginning to look at your life on earth very, very differently. And there was also another message that was coming through, but yeah, the central sun. Oh yeah, it's revealing a more sacred and aligned you. Okay, so it's unveiling a more sacred and aligned you. And the second message that came through was star being and healing codes. Okay, star being and healing codes. So this energy talks about, you know, there are many names for star beings, such as ETs, star people, star ancestors, sky people, and more. Whatever they are called, they are divinely inspired, evolved beings existing in dimensions that we can't even comprehend, right? So I'm hearing you're still learning to kind of come into a conscious co-creation fully, some of you, but a lot of you have already completely anchored this into your avatar body. That's definitely what I'm seeing. But this is like a cosmic being looking over the full landscape of time on earth, right, and guiding you towards your chosen destination. But there's again a fractal of you existing at a high level of understanding, and I'm hearing is assisting when it comes to just bypassing certain timelines that I'm hearing are going to just prolong your journey. Maybe it's certain belief systems that no longer serve you, that you know that you need to release right now in order for you to show up for yourself in ways that you had intended to before this incarnation. I'm hearing intended to come back to, because you knew that there was going to be this I'm hearing like this illusion of like losing oneself, and just for the fun of being able to find oneself again. So yeah, you're coming out of a state of almost survival into a season of thriving. And the message for this card basically talks about wounds being healed and recharging, and there's important information that's also being revealed for you during this time. So again, you're existing from a high level of understanding. This says, if the world seems overwhelming or intense at this time, know that it's okay to retreat to a safe space to cleanse and recharge your energy. You may feel called to be a healer for others and share your healing with the world, but please ensure that you are balanced and filled up with the light first. It's not the best time for you to sacrifice your own well-being in order to serve others. Light beings are placing their hands upon you now, filling you with the divine light that will be washing away any blockages or stagnant energy, standing in the way of freedom and wholeness. Star beings are channeling healing codes and frequencies into your being, and it's important for you to stay alert for any intuitive guidance about your body so that you can be restored to health once more. So I'm hearing like your body, or the vessel in which you've incarnated into, is literally telling you exactly what needs to be healed through those contractions, through those uncomfortable, you know, feelings that could be coming up. You're being shown through your emotions what needs to be released during this time in order to be able to restore source being able to flow through you freely, and that divinity that will flow through you freely, it's like a tongue twister, will be able to connect to the divinity within others. And I'm hearing you will begin to become the example that will make, I'm hearing awareness, consciousness become aware of itself, and then eventually begin to integrate its consciousness. I'm hearing as soon as awareness becomes conscious of itself, it becomes conscious awareness, and there's an integration process. So there's something around like a shift, because I'm seeing how people see you as almost like, huh? You know, like, what? There's something different about you. I can't really like put my finger on it, but you know, you feel like home is the energy. I'm hearing like so close yet so far, the illusion of being separate from home, because home is always where the heart is, right? Even like the Leo constellation, your power has always been within you, you know. Again, it's like that heart full of courage. So yeah, again, your life shrinks or expands according to your courage, quote by Anya's, right? So that's basically what's going on right now with the Sphinx. So very, very interesting energy. I'm wondering if we should continue this one, or لا شكرا لا سولو لا شكرا جدا مع السلامة. yeah. لا Oopsie, I dropped my ليش لا فوتو لا شكرا لا خلاص كفاية من فضلك كفاية أنا مش بتكلم عربي أنا مش بتكلم عربي سوري لا
No are you from?
اسمك أنا اسمك يوسف تشرفنا يوسف تشرفنا
Thank you.
لا سولو من فضلك لا سولو
يعني
شكرا أنا بحب مصري
انت بتحب
اسمي تيتي
عشرة سامية تيتي ممكن صورة
لا سولو لا سولو You wanna be in? Say hello.
Hello.
Say hello. I just want to take a photo with them, but yeah, it's fine.
Hello.
Okay, you can say hello.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Okay.
you.
Alright, ma salama.
Thank you.
شكرا جدا. Ma salama. Yeah, it's that type of energy. You want to be on it as well? Yeah, it's that energy. I was trying to stay focused, but sometimes it's funny to engage. But yeah, it's just that interconnectedness again. Like you just have to accept people as they are, whether whatever. If they want to chill around, they could chill around. It's up to them. But less or
لايف TikTok
رحبي
أهلا وسهلا السلام عليكم. اوكي
لا
مع السلامة شكرا.
مسيحيين
Okay, لا مع السلامة. I think they have me on like a TikTok live. I didn't have TikTok, so I don't know. Okay, yeah, anyway. He's come to chase them away. Yeah, sometimes it is funny, but anyway, we're out here in the world, so that's what you can expect. Alright, I'm gonna say 2 more messages and then I'm gonna do another read. And then I'll do another read, but again, like, it's just, you have to have that harmony. he's like a guardian angel right now. But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and read the 2 messages that were coming through for Cell and Photon for you. Let me go ahead and find it. So, well, let's talk about Cell first. Cell is about you being the key to success, right? You guys can hold that key to success. I just hope that you can hear me. I hope that you hold the key to success. Is this on? I'm definitely gonna have to just quickly assert some boundaries real quick. Anyway, it talks about cell is the key to success, fundamental anatomical unit of all living organisms, and it talks about this is a great example actually. Cell is a great example as right now. It talks about at the center of the cell you have the nucleus, which holds the memory, okay? Which holds the memory of who you are, and again the internal power that you've always had. And around the cell, right? Around the cell, you have the cell wall membrane, which is essentially the plasma membrane, which is this intercommunication that's happening with the oracle with it in regards to, right, how do I actually navigate this third-dimensional construct, no matter how much contrast there is? How can I kind of hold space for that paradox and hold space for myself, realize what it is that I need most in that moment, what's in alignment for my highest good is ultimately going to be in the highest good of those around you, because again you're mirroring a different example. And with Cell, it talks about how there are almost like this gatekeepers that are coming up where you get to control what I'm hearing governs your internal state, okay? If you allow external stimuli to take you out of that internal state of harmony, because if your emotional state, according to my name, is dependent upon what's going on in the external realm, then again, that is a parasitic energy exchange of some kind. But when you can neutrally observe it, as we are right now, then, you know, you almost, I'm hearing, like, entertain through the observer of, like, the different characters that Source is using and the story that's being told. Yet you don't need to attach to those characters. Realize that sometimes they serve a purpose in your life, and we exist in, again, a very intelligent, self-organizing universe. And sometimes, again, they will enter and exit, and there is, like, this free flow that's coming through. That's almost the energy there with cell. But again, this talks about the cellular membrane surrounds the cell, right? So again, it almost like surrounds you. You're composed up of many cells. You're an organism, right, with many cells. And cells are multicellular as well. So again, these are like comprising of particles or elements of yourself from all different fractals across all different universes, literally within you, right? That's navigating life on Earth. And I'm hearing like you're filtering through life on Earth through these different eyes, right? Through many eyes of the observer. But you get to control what comes in, okay, and what comes out. And you can become aware of the energy that you surround yourself with and whom you allow into your auric field, okay, who it is that you allow into your space. And I'm hearing definitely maintaining a very strong multi-dimensional bubble, right? Maintaining and sustaining that harmony, again, maybe through boundaries, realizing what it is that you do need most in that moment. And this talks about essentially maintaining a sense of fluidity and just letting things kind of happen, right? But I'm hearing either you change your environment or your environment changes you, and you're learning how to inform matter, and matter responds to your frequency, and you begin to witness reality reconfigure itself, right? It's like amazing how that happened. Even I'm just like reflecting on it, right? I'm like looking back in a linear fashion, and I'm like, okay, yeah, they came up and then we observed, you know, again, we kind of accepted the situation as it is. That acceptance immediately neutralized the energy, and eventually it's like the alignments came in. Somebody came in. It's almost like Source brought an angel, okay, in, you know, and kind of like swept them away, and it's like they were never here. You know, it's that type of energy. But it's like nothing has changed internally as far as my emotional state because of that neutral observation. I've maintained that 0 point throughout the whole thing, and that's what's coming up with you guys. Like, no matter what's going on in the external realm, you're able to do that. So again, returning to a place of simplicity and realizing that the most important thing is at the nucleus, at your center core, right, in regards to cultivating that inner still sanctuary that you can return to at any given moment in time. So yeah, this talks about you being unique, sacred, and essential, and the truth can always be found within you, right? The truth in regards to what you need, which may be multi-dimensional. Again, truth can be paradoxical in that way. Maybe their truth in that moment is that, again, they want a photo. My truth is that I don't want a photo. Their truth is that they believe that I should take one with them. My truth is that I believe that I should not. So it's about how can you find that, I'm hearing like balance within the opposites without compromising your values, your principles, your ethics upon any kind of situation, right? This is like just one of many examples, but it talks about what is important is the things that cannot be seen, right, but are still there working for us, full of simplicity and humility. And the human body is composed up of 30 trillion cells, right? So the things that are important are the things that cannot be seen, right? The aspects of yourself that I'm hearing are working on behalf of you, and I'm seeing again are encoded literally within you and within your field to assist you during times of, I'm hearing, turbulence or times of chaos, and helping you see the cosmos. It's like you can hold that stillness, you can evaluate how it is that you want to properly respond to the external stimuli instead of just reacting, right? So that's like the message that's coming through. Anyway, guys, I'm probably gonna love and leave you right there just because I want to get another message through. So I'll talk to you very, very soon. Until next time, bye.